Dear students, you are most welcome to the analysis of the play that is called The Government Inspector. This play was written by Nikolai v. Gogol. The setting of the play is Russia in 1836, and here I am going to start with Act 1. Act 1, right? Because plays are written in the plot of, in the way of acts. So in a sense of acts, Act 1, 2, 3, etc. So this is Act 1. Okay, mayor of the town called Anton receives a letter from his friend telling him that an inspector general is coming to inspect their district. So he tells or advises him that he should clean up the town and that he should hide any sign of mess and any sign of dirtiness. The mayor summons a meeting to instruct lower leaders like the school superintendent, the judge, and the doctor to clean their areas of works. In this act, the town seems smelling due to the fact that it is not cleaned. However, this was not an actual dirtiness or an actual dirt. It was simply a symbol for bribery and corruption. Officials like the judge admit that they take bribe. Example, the judge says, "I freely admit I take bribes." But what sort of bribes? You see? So in this act, different officials admit that they take corruption, they take bribes. Okay, due to irresponsibilities of readers, officials are not happy with the arrival of the inspector because they fear their evils would be discovered. In this act, we also see hypocrisy of some of the leaders. Especially on page 26, we see hypocrisy. Although mayor is corrupt, he always goes to church. Okay, in this act, we see irresponsibilities of readers, as I told you, in the bribery. Antelooms are made pottery rooms. This is responsibility. Hospital rooms are not clean and bed sheets are dirty. This is a responsibility. However, all those things simply symbolize corruption. It is revealed in this act that the inspector general who will be coming to inspect will come incognito. So that is why officials do fear, because they don't know when the inspector is going to arrive. It is in this act we also are told that courtroom houses smell. Hospitals stink rotten cabbages. You see, constables are always drunk and not at work. And this can be seen on page 32. Okay, so that shows irresponsibility of readers. We also get to know about the misuse of public resources or property in this act. Let us hear how some of the leaders say. He gave you 2 yards of cloth for a uniform, and you took the whole roll. You take more than your rank entitles you to. Hey, possible? So that indicates that officials are misusing the government resources. They're just using them for their own interests, right? Okay, money arranged for building hospitals are also misused. Let us see. The mayor says, "Now remember, if anyone asks you why the hospital's chapel hasn't been built, that we got the funds for 5 years ago, the answer is that it was begun, but it got burnt down." This is a total lie, please. It is not okay, right? Okay, it is in this act we also get to know that Dob, Chinsk, and Bob inform the mayor that the inspector has already arrived. He stays in the inn, and the inspector is worried so much. Dear students, let us go to Act 2. Act 2, Scene 1. Lestakov and Yosef are hungry because they have no money to buy more food. They were just traveling. The landlord has said that they will not be saved anymore until they pay the previous bill. Remember, Lestakov and Yosef are just traveling, but due to gambling and the misuse of money in pleasurable things, they find themselves having no money even to pay for the lodge. They don't have money even to pay for food. So the landlord has said that they will not be saved anymore until they pay the previous bill. Lestakov praises the waiter and lastly food are brought. However, they are threatened that the mayor or the police will be sent for them. Lestakov leads pleasurable life like playing cards for money, buying expensive clothes, etc. till he remains with no money. Luckily, the mayor has mistaken Lesty for the inspector. Wow. The mayor thinks Lestakov is the inspector who has come to inspect their town. Therefore, the mayor treats him like an honorable. He pays him the bill, gives him 400 rubles, a sum of money, and he offers him a room, beautiful room at home to stay in. Mayor takes Lestakov to inspect schools and other government institutions. In fact, Mayor did not that Lestakov is not that big leadership. Lestakov has no that big leadership rank. In fact, they have just mistaken him. Mayor, you can just hear these words. Mayor says, if you like, we could go from here to the district school to start our teaching method, you see? But in actual sense, they were just telling this story is the wrong person. Lestakov was nothing other than a minor worker. In scene 2 of Act 2, this takes place in the house of Mayor afternoon, because remember, the mayor has just welcomed Lestakov in his home, thinking that Lestakov is just an inspector general who has just come to inspect their district, right? Dobo brings a message from Mayor Anton to Mayor's wife. He tells her about the visit of the inspector. They think that Lestakov is the inspector, right? But in this in this act, we see a lot of hypocrisy. Mayor deceives Lestakov that cleanliness is what makes patients in hospital recovers quickly. While in actual sense, the hospitals are always stinking of rotten cabbages. So the mayor is hypocrite. He is not telling the truth, of course. It is the opposite of what he says. He says, it is not so much a matter of medicines as of honest cleanliness and good order. Iron, friends, that is an iron. Okay, so Lestakov and the mayor have reached to the house of the mayor. Mayor introduces his family to Lestakov, and this is on page 53. In this scene, Lestakov is still honored as an inspector. It is in this scene when we also see the theme of pomposity and lies. Lestakov tells how he is a friend to many illustrious people like actors or actresses, officials, etc. He goes on by saying that he even writes plays for them. And this is on page 59. That is pomposity, speaking about your success, your whatever, while actually it is not, over there, not very important to other people. Right? Another theme is just alcoholism. Lestakov gets drunk and starts talking about many issues which keep his hosts get fear, thinking that he is a big man. And this is found on page 56 and page 57. This scene ends when Lestakov goes to sleep at night. Act 3, scene 1. The setting is in Mayor's house, and this is in the morning, because the last scene took place in the house of Mayor, but it was afternoon. But this one now is in the morning. And in this scene, we come to understand about corruption. So corruption is revealed. Mayor gives bribes to Lestakov. He gives him a ruble so that he may not speak bad issues or news about them. Mayor says, here is another ruble for biscuits. You see, just giving him a lot of money, saying those money are just for biscuits. Wonderful. Okay. Mayor says, I have quite a liking to you. Here is another ruble for biscuits. And this can be seen on page 61. Ladies and gentlemen, remember that this play is a comedy. It is a comedy. So there are many things that make you laugh, because just mistaking somebody for someone else and just saving him as a boss like that, and especially somebody who is blocked. That is marvelous, right? Okay, so Mayor gives him money so that Yosef can give much information about his master, Lestakov. Right? So the Mayor gives even some money to Yosef. And remember, Yosef was just a servant to Lestakov. Corruption and moral pollution are revealed in this part. The hospital smells much that even cleaners cannot do. It implies how corruption is big in hospitals, and this can be seen on page 62. Also, the officials, such as the judge, suggest that it is necessary to provide a bribe for Lestakov, whom they think is an inspector. Page 62. Page 64. The judge presents a bribe to Lestakov. See, they are trying even to bribe or to give bribe to somebody they think that is, they think is the inspector. Somebody who has just come to inspect you, to make sure that your things land well. You just give him bribe. Okay, in this part we also learn that Lestakov asks for corruption from the school superintendent. So the school superintendent gives him bribes, and this can be seen on page 65. And this is called Luka. So Luka gives him 400 rubles. Ladies and gentlemen, you also see hypocrisy. Hypocrisy has been discussed to a great extent. Commissioner for Charitable Institutions reports to Lestakov that the school superintendent learns the school badly. He speaks undertone so that he may not be heard by others. And this can be, this can be seen on page 66 of the play. Workers not love one another. This is the message here. So workers not love one another. Whenever one succeeds or gets success, others don't like them. Okay. Artemy Filipovich is a traitor. He speaks against the postmasters, school superintendent, etc. So we see different officials just being hypocritic. Hypocrites, speaking bad issues against their fellows, their fellow workers. So Lestakov in this part also collects 400 rubles from Filipovich. In this scene also, we see Lestakov discovering that officials have taken him for somebody very important in the government. He says, what a lot of officials there are here. They seem to have taken me for somebody very important in the government. And this is on page 69. Okay, in this part, we also see shopkeepers want to see Lestakov. They have some complaints. Although they were stopped by constables, Lestakov allows them to speak whatever they want to speak. But when they are given time, they complain against the mayor. They say the mayor exploits them. And that is to show the misuse of power on page 71 and 72. In this part, we also continue to see the issue of corruption on page 72. Traders or shopkeepers give Lest a sum, or give Lestakov a sum of money and a sugar. That was bribe, so that he may expel the mayor. They don't like him because he exploits them. Okay, so because there are so many complaints against the mayor on page 74 and other pages, that shows or indicates irresponsibility of the mayor and other leaders. Dear students, in this part we also discover that there is a theme of love affairs. Lestakov flirts Maria, the mayor's daughter, on page 75. So he wants to have Maria. Lestakov falls in love with both a daughter, Maria, and a mother called Anna. That is the wife of the mayor. So this indicates that Lestakov is not moral. Okay, it's in this part we also see Mayor defending himself against the lamentations by shopkeepers. He calls them liars. Okay, so because I also told you that Lestakov is flirting Maria, and wants to so he wants to marry Maria, the mayor's daughter. Okay, so and with this we see that the mayor is also happy to note that Lestakov wants to marry Maria because he thinks that he will get promoted to work, and all of his shortcomings will not be reported. So this scene ends when Lestakov has gone. Act 3, Scene 2. The setting is at Mayor's home. Characters are Mayor, his wife, and Maria. In this scene, we learn about the theme of poor leadership. Mayor says that after Lestakov has gone, shopkeepers will suffer more. And this can be read on page 80. The mayor inserts shopkeepers who go to wish him well on page 82, saying, okay, so well, this part many people go to congratulate Lest and Anna for the, they go to congratulate the mayor for Lestakov and Anna they will marry Inspector General Lestakov. Many people go to congratulate the mayor and the wife and his wife because their daughter will marry Lestakov, a very big civil servant. The mayor expects to become a general when her daughter has married a big person. He promises to help many people on page 86. On page 88, it is discovered that Lestakov wasn't the Inspector General. On 88, the information about the real Inspector General are brought by the postmaster. The postmaster knew the information from the letter that was written by Lestakov. The letter goes on by saying how Lest fretted both Mayor's wife and Mayor's daughter on page 88. Lestakov in the letter says, and killing on the separate flirtations with his wife and daughter. My only trouble is I can't decide which to go for first. So this was moral pollution. So Lestakov also says how people like the mayor, judge, school superintendent are stupid. The play ends when it is announced that the real Inspector General has now arrived. Everybody get confused, get frustrated. They are thunderstruck, in fact. That was on page 92. Ladies and gentlemen, you have heard different issues related to this play. I have analyzed acts, each scenes, and within those acts and scenes I have tried to speak about different themes portrayed in the play. But here I can just list some of the important themes found in this play. The first theme is moral corruption or moral pollution. There are bribes on page 42, page 45, 61, 65, right? Poor leadership and irresponsibility, hypocrisy, pomposity, alcoholism. All are the themes that can be seen. On alcoholism, the alcoholism can be seen on page 56. Lestakov was always very drunk. He speaks of things that terrifies the mayor. Some officials are also always drunk, and some of them were not present when needed by the mayor. We also see misuse of resources or embezzlement of public resources. Money which were given to build a hospital chapel didn't work as expected, and the mayors are trying to tell lies to the Inspector General that the building was built but it was burnt down. So leaders misused the money. We also see misuse of power. Mayors and other officials misuse their power by exploiting traders. Example, shopkeepers lament that they are exploited by the mayor. They blame him for treating them badly, asking for bribes, etc. And other issues is love affairs. Ladies and gentlemen, let us end here today. We shall continue giving each other's information about this play. Ciao.